Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you all are doing well and having a great one. I wanted to take just a few minutes to give you just a brief overview of the two assignments you have left for this unit, for Unit 3, and just kind of break down some of the particulars of it and give you some suggestions and things to consider as you move forward. I also wanted to give you, before I get into the content, a quick note. I am currently working on the Unit 3 Discussion Board 1, and I'm going to be then moving into the Unit 3 Discussion Board 2 and giving you feedback and giving you getting your grades back to you. So do be on the lookout for those in the coming days. I'll be trying. My goal is to have all of that done. Hopefully by midweek, if not right before the end of the work week. And of course, I'll be looking at other assignments as the work week ends and we head into the weekend. All right, so let's go into content. Okay, so up to this point, you have completed the 2-unit 3 discussion boards. The first one dealing with short story analysis, and the other one dealing with psychoanalytic theory within short stories. Again, both of those I hope that you found were meaningful and helpful. I can tell you that they are going to aid you to a certain degree as you approach particularly the Unit 3 essay. But before we get to that, I do want to talk a little bit about the Unit 3 annotated bibliography. This assignment is very similar to the one that you did for Unit 2. The difference is here you're going to be, of course, continue to practice, analyze, evaluate, synthesize sources in preparation for your final research essay. But what this particular assignment is asking you to do is to locate one scholarly source that will help you as you analyze the short story you selected for the Unit 3 essay. So whatever short story you are thinking about working with for that last essay, find a scholarly source that deals with that particular text in a meaningful way. And it can include literary criticism and or a scholarly article about your chosen short story. Now, here's the key thing I want you all to keep in mind. For the Unit 2 discussion boards, I wasn't super picky about what the source was. I did, of course, comment a little bit on some of the things that could have been maybe a little bit stronger with your sources. But this time around, going into this particular annotated bib, and of course the one for Unit 4, I'm going to be very particular about the kind of source you have. Do make sure that it is scholarly. Don't just go onto Google and type in the name of your short story and find the first article that comes up. It's entirely possible that first article might be scholarly in nature. It's entirely possible that it won't be. Looking for something just broadly on Google can be really dangerous. It can be very suspect because you may find information that's credible, and you may find information that is not the least bit credible, and you really shouldn't use it for your for this assignment, and of course for later on for a research essay. So a couple of things for you to keep in mind. Of course, if you have any questions about how to locate a source, you can always reach out to me, or you can take advantage of the embedded librarians. The link for that is here in the prompt. Other things to keep in mind as you move throughout this particular assignment, of course, make sure that you're following MLA guidelines. Use OWL at Purdue. Use it as much as you need to. It is honestly going to provide you with probably all the information you need. I am going to be taking a look to make sure the MLA formatting is correct, not just for this assignment, but of course for ones in the future. I do want us to continue to work on our skills with that style because it is necessary for the class. And of course, really consider everything that is laid out here, what the actual annotation should include. Of course, you do start with the MLA works cited entry for that text, and then you provide a paragraph that looks at these several things that are listed here in these bullet points. So make sure to keep that in mind. And of course, there is a rubric, of course, associated with this. You all saw it for the last annotated bibliography. It'll be the exact same for this one. And this is going to be due on Friday, March the 19th at 11:59. So you have until Friday. Some of you I've seen have already completed this and turned it in. That is fine. However, if you do want to, after watching this video, make some tweaks to yours, you realize you went back and looked at it and realized something could have been a little better, whatever it might be, do know that you can absolutely do that. Just let me know when you go to resubmit. Believe me, this is the version that I want to use. Again, this is only applicable to those of you who have maybe already turned it in and maybe realize that you want to make some tweaks to your submission and resubmit. Again, you can absolutely do that. But again, this is due by Friday, the 19th at 11:59. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the short story analysis essay. This is the culminating assignment for Unit 3. This is really going to be important because ultimately what this is going to be doing is it is going to factor in, for the most part, everything or a lot of what you've done within this unit. Again, everything kind of serves within units to build upon itself to get you to this point. What this essay is going to be asking you to do, you're going to choose one of the stories from the unit, and that discusses why and how specific symbols, metaphors, and uses of irony are depicted in one or two, are used to depict one or two of the themes from Unit 1. And of course, those Unit 1 themes, you can find the link to it here. It's, the American dream, American nightmare, love, coming of age, things like that. Again, all of those that you worked with in the Unit 3 discussion board 1, you're going to be employing those again here. Essentially, what this assignment is it's you taking kind of what you did in that first discussion board and building on it for this particular essay. It is going to be more in depth, of course. You are going to incorporate details and quotes from the story using the appropriate parenthetical documentation for that MLA requires. And of course, the recommendation here is to review the feedback from the Unit 3 discussion on analyzing a short story. That is going to help you out a lot, and I am spending time giving you feedback on those. And I am being a little critical of the Unit 3 analyzing a short story discussion boards, largely because I want you to take the feedback I give you there and apply it here so you can improve on the work you did in the first discussion board for this assignment. I hope that makes sense. So of course, follow all the instructions that are listed here. Again, there's a lot of links and things in here to help you. If you have found, especially in the last couple of assignments, maybe the Unit 2 essay that you didn't do quite as well as you wanted to, I do recommend that you, of course, take advantage of any of the free tutoring that's available. That can be what's available through this course. You can click on this link to, again, have access to it, or you can utilize your university's tutoring services or writing center. Like for those of you who are at West Georgia, I know there's a good number of you in the class that are. You can actually get us to help you with this particular assignment because you are enrolled here. So do take advantage of all the resources. Know that the final paper will be submitted through Turnitin. Of course, I'll go about grading it pretty similarly to the way that I did the last time. I will give you some marginal comments, and I will likely give you a video to give you some feedback. I think that worked well for all of you, and it also helped cut down on the grading time a little bit for me. It allowed me to give you meaningful feedback, but also saved me from typing out a ton of comments, as I often do for other classes. So do make sure to keep that in mind. There is here's, of course, all the criteria by which will be graded. Do keep in mind everything that MLA requires. It needs to have a works cited page. That's really important. Not everyone had one for the first paper. Of course, Al at Purdue, there's a link to that here. Of course, make sure the work you turn in is yours, and of course, make sure to meet the length requirement, 750 minimum to a max of 1,000. If you happen to go over the 1,000, it's not a horrible issue, but do keep in mind, I want you to try to stay within the framework and guidelines for the assignment. If you go outside of the 1,000, it's not the end of the world, but if you go outside of it, make sure that you're staying on track, make sure that you're being purposeful with your argumentation and the points and things that you're doing therein. Okay, so I think that covers about everything for the rest of this unit. Oh, quick note, I forgot to mention this. This particular assignment, the Unit 3 essay short story analysis, is due on the 24th. That is next Wednesday, is due by 11:59. So please make sure to keep that in mind. You've got a little over a week to work on this. So definitely take the time. Again, my goal is to get you back the Unit 3 discussion board number 1s. I'm hoping maybe by today or early tomorrow, get those back to you with feedback. Then I'll get started on the next round. But I want to get this first one back to you as soon as I can, so you can take the feedback I give you there and begin thinking about it and applying it as you approach the upcoming essay. Okay, I think that's everything for now. If you have any questions, as always, reach out, let me know. I will, of course, have office hours this Friday, but if you need something before then, email me. You can email me at my West Georgia email. You can email me through GoView. Really, whatever you need, I'll do what I can to help you. I know that this is the time of the semester when we're fatigued, we're exhausted. I'm exhausted. I imagine all of you are exhausted after the mad rush that we had right there before midterm letter grades were posted. It was a lot. I will totally acknowledge that. Keep up the good work. You all are doing well on the whole. If you have questions, if you need anything, please reach out. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves too. Take some time to rest, take some time to get good sleep. Make sure that you are taking some time to do something fun for you. I know that's easier said than done, but I would really encourage it. Again, you are your best self and your best as a student. And of course, thinking holistically as well when you are giving yourself time to rest and have some downtime. Okay? Take care of yourselves. If you need anything, please let me know. Thanks.